Today on Geek Devotions, we're talking about a manga called Barrage, My Hero Academia, and what makes you special. Hello, Devoted Geeks. Welcome to Geek Devotions, a show from Devoted Geeks who are devoted to letting you know that you're loved. If you're new to Geek Devotions, we take geek pop culture items like movies, video games, comic books, and manga, and we use it to let people just like you know that they're loved. So, if you don't watch past this moment right here, right now, know this. We love you. We care about you. There is a plan and a purpose for your life. Do not give up. I also want to invite you that if you like today's content, so make sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing to our channel and hitting the bell symbol if you want to see these videos every time we upload them. As I said in my intro, we're going to be talking about a manga called Barrage, which was recommended to us by one of our devoted Patreon geeks. For more information about that, check our website. But this manga is really pretty interesting, and I really did enjoy it. He reached out to me and said, hey Dallas, I think you'll like this. The same creator who did My Hero Academia did this one, and I'm gonna tell you guys, I did like it. I liked it a lot. Now, I can't give you my full review of it because part of this recommendation from him as a devoted Patreon geek is a full-fledged review, which will be on our website next week. But let me give you a quick summary of this. Take The Prince and the Pauper, the classic tale about a young man from the slums trading places with a prince, and put it into space, and you have my friend's Barrage. That's right, this manga takes place in another planet, and it follows a young boy named Astro, who's a really good kid, down-to-earth kid, who just wants to help and take care of people, even those who are, well, jerks to him. But what's interesting also about him is that he's kind of, because of who he is, he's taking on all these orphans, and he has like 20 kids that he takes care of on a regular basis. And then one day, he meets the prince of the planet, basically, and who doesn't want to be a prince anymore. He doesn't want to do this anymore, and he trades places with him through some very interesting situations. And in the midst of it, he becomes the actual prince of the planet, and he's out on a mission to protect these kids that he's been taking care of, protect the planet, and to make a change that's kind of in the kingdom as a whole. Like I said, this is done by the same people who did My Hero Academia, and as I was reading through it, man, you could tell the guy who poured his heart into My Hero Academia, which you guys know I had a lot of love for, put the same heart, same intention into this manga right here. From the art, to the writing, to the dialogue, to just the emotional feels that this book pulls out. You can tell the same fingerprints are on the story as that were on My Hero Academia. Which brings me to kind of the point of today's episode. Every creator leaves a mark on his work. If you look throughout like filmography, books, manga, whatever, the person who's behind it, there's a marker about it to go, that comes from this. Even down to the point where people who are inspired by those individuals, you see just markers that are signals back to who inspired them. And I want to tell you guys this right here, right now. This plays over into you as an individual, you who have been created. See, as a Christian, I have to look at the world and look at people through a biblical world lens. How does the Bible say that we should respond and look at people? Well, what does the Bible say about you as an individual? We know from the scriptures that God created everything. When I say everything, I mean everything, including mankind. And then in Jeremiah, he says that he actually formed Jeremiah himself in the womb. Now, logic dictates that if God put attention into that, he also put attention into you. God helped to form you while you were in the womb. As you were being formed, God said, I'm pouring this into this individual. I'm laying out certain things for this person. And then you jump forward to Ephesians chapter 1, verse 20, which says that we are God's workmanship, that God had created us, and that there is something special about you, and he's put forth good things for you to accomplish and do, should you be willing to follow the path that he has for you. God created you with a special amount of detail. There are things that only you can do. There are things that only you will see and respond to in a very loving and a very amazing way. And that's because God said there's something special about you. His fingerprints are on you. And as a Christian, I have to see the world that way. I have to see individuals. Every person who comes on my path, I have to look at them and go, they're God's workmanship. There's something special about them. Now, unfortunately, some of you watching this right now, you don't feel that way. You don't feel like you're God's workmanship. Throughout the years, you've had people and circumstances attack who you are, the way you look, the way you talk, where you come from, and you feel less than. You feel like you're not quite what God says you really are. I want you to know that while those emotions are real, I mean, again, those are real emotions that you have. It's not the reality of the situation. And I know it's hard to ignore the emotional stress and trauma that's been put upon you, especially when there's been a lie spoken to you over and over and over again. But the truth is always greater than the lie. The truth is always greater than the emotions that you may be experiencing right now. The truth is you are God's workmanship. The truth is that God loves you, and he put something inside of you that only you will be able to do and accomplish. And it's beautiful. It's amazing. There's legitimately something special about you. Now, like I said, this is the biblical worldview. This is how we should all see each other. Unfortunately, another unfortunate aspect about life is there are those claiming to be Christians, and I believe that some who are genuinely Christians just unfortunately fell into some terrible lies, have treated others as less than. They have cast aspersion on people. They have talked down to people. They have seen people as less than simply because of the color of their skin, their family background, where they came from, and the way they just look in general. And for that, I'm sorry. There's no excuse. No excuse at all for the terrible things that have taken place by those claiming to be Christians. And I'm sorry for that. I'm glad that there are some who have recognized their issues and they have repented themselves, and I'm proud of them. But again, there's no excuse. And if you're one of those individuals and maybe you're a victim at that, I'm sorry. Understand that they spoke out of line. As I said, and I've said several times, God's fingerprints are on you, and there's something special about you. God designed you in a very specific and special way. I have two forms of encouragement for you guys. The first one is this: walk out this identity, understanding that you are God's workmanship. God has created you with a plan and a purpose that is special, should you be willing to walk the path he has for you. The other thing is this: I need you to see people through a biblical world lens, a lens that says every individual that you come across, God specifically crafted. They are God's workmanship. He sees them as beautiful. He sees them as special. He sees them as sons and daughters. And we need to see them the same way, and we need to treat them the same way, with respect, love, and dignity. All right, guys, it's time for the question of the week. Like I said, this whole thing was kind of inspired by me looking at Barrage, which was created by the same people who did My Hero Academia. And now I'm really curious what else this guy's done, because I want to read more. I want to see what else is happening. And if you guys want to read Barrage, hey, it's on the Shonen Jump app. It's free for the first 3 chapters, so go check that out. But my question of the week is for you guys is this: what creator have you just fallen in love with everything they've done? You're like, you know what? I need to go on a rabbit trail and check out the rest of the stuff they've done. Leave a comment down below. Let me know. It could be an artist. It could be a book series, a manga, an anime, a movie, whatever. Just leave a comment down below and let me know. I want to let you guys know about something else that's really cool happening over on our Discord channel, which there's a link in the description down below for you to join it. We're doing this thing called Backlog Golf for books. That's right. We all have a backlog of books that we have yet to read, and we need to get on it, right? Everyone else says that. Well, I want to encourage you guys to jump in our Discord, because we have a little friendly competition going on starting next Wednesday, where we're challenging people to read their backlog of books. There's certain rules on how to do it, so join Discord. You'll find all the information. It's going to be a lot of fun. As I said earlier, this episode was inspired by one of our devoted Patreon geeks. And if you'd like to become a devoted Patreon geek, like these amazing people you'll see on the screen, check out our website, geekdevotions.com. Click on the support button where you'll find all information that you can support us for as little as $1 a month. That's right, for as little as $1 a month, you can help us keep Geek Devotions running and do some amazing things to let people know that they're loved and they're cared for. So check that out. Also invite you to be part of all of our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just look for Geek Devotions. Specifically look up our Facebook group, Devoted Geek Life, where there's some amazing individuals who would love to talk with you, to pray with you, to encourage you with you, and just geek out about life. I mean, we have some of the craziest conversations on our Facebook group and in our Discord. Fantastic individuals. Check that out. Until next time, stay devoted, peace, and love.